Ooh, Fredo.
Hey, yeah, I'm back into the barricade. What I'm doing, counting up money from this year I made. Last year was a different story, but this year I'm paid. Just do 6:30 in the club, I let it ricochet. Extreme rules ain't enough, I put him in a cage. Now it ain't nowhere to hide, you about to catch this fade. Hey, if rappers wrestling, I'm in the Hall of Fame. Playing games better acknowledge me like I'm Roman Reigns. Hey, but you can't see me though. Took a break, now the final boss back with the demon flow. The innovator, I just do the stuff that they ain't seen before. I'm like the Undertaker, a tombstone to put you where you need to go. A match against me and Dog out for showstopper. I'm in the booth with sweet chin music, I'm the showstopper. Like the Midnight Express, I'm on the road rocket. They screaming no mas, I'm homage, dog, I'm a whole problem. You got the money in the bank, I need the whole profit. Running through my ops like Goldberg, like who gon' stop him? Looking at the clock, it's 3:16, I'ma go spot. Then I'ma open up a can of whoop ass like Stone Cold drop. You beating us, the squad like 3D when we teaming up. I got the longest title reign, a real rapper, they know.
Yo, what's happening, everybody? How y'all doing tonight? This is the Wrestling and Chill Monday Night Raw review. It's your boy, FTW Raw. Miss Kayla, how are you doing today? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Unless you're pausing or I'm pausing, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. It kind of like your screen had paused, so I'll make
I can hear you. It's lagging a little bit, but I can hear you.
Okay. So how you feeling tonight? You feeling all right?
I'm feeling pretty good. Much better than I was feeling last week. I was MIA last week, but we back like Eric Bischoff.
Yes, ma'am. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I was out last week too. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Sometimes it happens, but we'll be all right. So with that being said, we can go ahead and jump into tonight's show. Tonight was a solid show. I would give it about, I'd say probably like a 3 out of 5. It wasn't like anything that super wowed me, but it wasn't terrible as well. What would you give, Miss Kayla? Can you hear me? Kind of hard to hear you. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I'm breaking up. I don't know.
It wasn't a bad show by any means, but I mean, the only thing that really excited me, I guess, was the main event. So
Main event.
Can you hear me?
It's kind of it's just lagging. You know what I mean? Like I'm not really hearing you completely. There you go. Now you're showing clear.
I gave it the show a 3.5.
A 4.5.
3.5.
Oh,
it wasn't that good. Okay, I can't get it.
I'm about to say you're gonna have to elaborate. But
Nah.
Okay, all right, cool. 3.5. That's pretty straight. Like I said, I gave it a 3, so we're in the same range of adjustment on it. Yeah, like I said, it wasn't nothing just super wild, but it wasn't just a terrible show as well. The last few shows have been definitely more exciting, and these and SmackDown shows have been bangers for the last like 2 or 3 weeks. Since Backlash. So with that being said, we can go ahead and get into the review. The first thing that we had tonight, we had Logan Paul. Logan Paul came out, as everyone knows by now. This Saturday, Logan Paul will be going up against Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight title at Saturday night's main event. This has become a regular thing. The Saturday night main event, they have these probably every 2 months now, and it's usually right a week or so after. Probably it's usually about 2 weeks after PLE, which is right on time. This time, about 2 weeks after Backlash, we got this coming up. They don't treat it like a pay-per-view, but the matches be pay-per-view level as far as like the names or whatnot. So I'm pretty excited about this Saturday night main event coming up. Logan Paul came out there pretty much talking trash to everybody about everything he's done and everything that's a fact. He talked about Jey Uso not being worthy. He talked about Jey Uso tapping out Gunther. And I guess this didn't sit right with somebody. Gunther cut him off in his speech, came out there, and he said, if you do win, you got me. waiting for you afterwards, and you can see the look on Logan Paul's face. When the music hit, you can tell he was just like, oh shit, oh, I ain't trying to get chopped to death. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure he was worried about that. Then as Gunther left, he pretty much told him he gonna tell him shreds if he get a hold to him. After that, he got to talking a little bit more. Jey Uso came out of the crowd and super kicked him in the face. Let him out, had him flat laying out like that. So with that being said, it was a pretty decent opening setting. I like the fact that they got Jey in pretty much 3 different feuds right now, and that's how the World Heavyweight title is supposed to be. Any title, really, WWE title, any world title, you're supposed to have multiple suers for your title. So when they usually only have like one person, I always say that kind of don't make sense. Why isn't somebody else trying to get up there? You know what I mean? So having Logan Paul at the moment, you got Seth Rollins still trying to get to it, and now you got Gunther still trying to get a rematch. That's perfect. That's perfectly, in my opinion. I love how they're doing it. Miss K, what do you think about this first segment and everything around it?
I think the first segment, it fulfilled its purpose. I don't know how I feel about Logan versus Jey. Like, I enjoy Logan in the ring, of course, but as far as him being on the mic, my opinion doesn't really sway positively or negatively. Of course, I enjoy Jey. I love seeing him as world champion, and I do like that they teased the possibility of Gunther versus Logan Paul. I feel like I would enjoy Gunther versus Logan Paul more than seeing Jey versus Gunther again. But of course, I don't see Logan Paul walking out of Saturday Night's main event as champion. So surely we're gonna get Jey versus Gunther ran back. I'm just wondering, especially with Money in the Bank being the PLE before that potential match, who may or may not cash in on whoever wins that match. If Jey retains, or if they decide to give Gunther the championship back just for him to maybe lose it again to whoever cashes in. I don't know, but a sidetrack. But the segment itself, I did enjoy it.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty interesting what they got going on with it. Like I said, the Money in the Bank is gonna add a different layer to everything. I really think it's going to how can I say, it's gonna be a turning point for somebody's career. I think it's gonna be a successful cash in on Jey, whoever has it. It's gonna be, this is just my opinion, two superstars who I think should have it. I think it should be either Solo Sikoa or LA Knight. Maybe Seth Rollins, but I mean he's already like in the title picture, so he kind of don't really just need it. But for storyline purposes, you know, it wouldn't be bad. Them are my top 3 that I think should have it. It would help. It will rebuild back up Solo. It would help LA Knight get into the main event scene that we pretty much been wanting them in. I think those are 3. Those are my 3. You got anybody who you particularly think should get it, Kayla?
I don't know if I have a top 3 per se. I could see Solo winning it. I feel like Solo could use it in terms of rebuilding his character, because since the initial Bloodline storyline ended, I don't think they really have used him to his fullest potential. I think if anyone needs it, probably Finn Balor, but I don't think they would have him win just to cash in on Jey that soon. I feel like if you were to give it to Finn Balor, he would hold the briefcase for a while before cashing in, because he still has unfinished business with Dominic and the rest of Judgment Day. So still kind of up in the air on who I want to win. I thought they were going to have a qualifying match for that tonight.
I thought so too.
Yeah, because I could have sworn they advertised it, but I don't know. Maybe next week.
Maybe.
So right now we just got Solo right now.
Yeah, right now it's just Solo. That's an interesting thing. They really, literally, officially, it's only Solo. That's weird. We got 3 weeks before coming up. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah,
I'm glad you
I mean,
pointed that out. Or am I
yeah,
tripping?
because they did 2 qualifying matches for the women, which that was great. But I
Three.
mean,
They've done 3.
yeah, with SmackDown, they've done 3, but right now you just got one person with Solo, so nobody from Raw yet.
Man, that's crazy. I think I had thought that the Grayson Waller and Sheamus match was a qualifying match, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
But I did think when I saw it earlier that was going to be a qualifying match. But that's weird. That's weird. We're way too close for them to be doing this. Don't piss me off, WWE. Don't piss me off.
Wishful thinking. I don't see it happening, but Karrion Kross would be, even if he didn't win, I want to see him in the match. I want to see a good performance.
I'm glad you said that. Now I got 4. Well, okay, now I really got 3. I don't, like I said, Seth Rollins makes sense for storyline purposes, but I don't think he should actually get it. He's already in the title picture. He's more like he can get a match whenever he, manipulates his way to it. He don't need the briefcase. So yeah, Karrion Kross would be nice to at least have him in a match and get close to winning. Usually the hottest person, the person who's hottest in sales or got the most buzz, they're usually in a match and they have a hot spot where it looks like they're gonna win the title. Win the briefcase back. Don't 2 years ago it was Solo. Not Solo. LA Knight 2 years ago. Last year, this past one, it was Chelsea Green. They kept teasing it, looked like we're gonna win. The crowd kept getting hyped. And this year it could be Karrion Kross. It could definitely be Karrion Kross. Yeah. All right, cool. That was up. We can move on to the next thing, but that is an interesting point. Thank you for pointing that out. The next thing that we had, I believe tonight, we had the tag team match. We had the tag team match between Penta and who is this part? I know it was against
AJ.
Huh?
Penta and AJ.
I'm sorry, thank you. Versus Judgment Day, who was Finn Balor and JD. Pretty interesting match. I liked it. It wasn't too bad to me. Penta and AJ ended up getting this pinfall victory, which they needed, because technically both of them. No, I'm sorry, Finn Balor and JD. Finn Balor and JD, get a pinfall win, because technically last week both of them lost. So I kind of saw this coming. It was a lot of shenanigans going around it. Who is it again? What's his name? Carlito got involved pretty much. And they ultimately got the win because of interference from El Grande Americano. Whoever that guy is, he comes in at the right time. Whoever he is, we got no idea. All right. So he's a great pillar of every episode now. Damn near. If you're not on the episode, they mention him for sure. So yeah, he came in, he interfered, pretty much gave Penta that headbutt from behind. Well, we know he more likely had that metal plate in his mask. Knocked Penta out, was set up Finn Balor to get the coup de grace and get the 1-2-3 victory. Like I said, I like this match. It wasn't bad at all. We got to see AJ Styles in action, which I believe has been a few weeks, then a month at least, since I seen him on Raw Wrestling, if I'm not mistaken. It's always good to see AJ. Penta gave us a good show as usual. He's pretty much damn near taking over Raw. Damn near. We got everybody doing the no fear sign and everything. I'm excited to see him. I hope they do more with him. I like that they got him in feuds right now. These mini feuds with technically with Judgment Day and El Grande Americano, and Chad Gable. All of them are in a feud right now. So it's interesting to see. I like seeing it. It was a great match. I don't know how far this can go. I guess they may throw Judgment Day back in the tag team title scene. I'm not sure. It's weird. It's weird to see what they're gonna do with it, but we're gonna see. What do you think about this match and everything around it, Miss Kayla?
Overall, it was a very enjoyable match. Of course, Finn and AJ have great chemistry. They've been friends and working together for years. Love when Penta does the Mexican Destroyer, whether he does it inside of the ring or outside. It's always a beautiful spot. Of course, they're professionals. I always kind of worry about whoever's going to take the move, but they always hit it without any issues. But I enjoyed it right up until El Grande Frappuccino interfered in the match. I don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna pretend like it's not Chad Gable. It's Chad Gable. I enjoy that they are using him in multiple ways because he still has his, feud with or his team as far as American made. So he's involved in multiple things, but I just feel like they're dragging this El Grande Americano. It was kind of cute when you first introduced it. It was, ha ha, but now it's like I don't need it anymore. I don't need it. But I like the match. I'm glad that Finn and JD got a win. The more wins that Finn Balor can get under his belt, the better. But I don't need El Grande Frappuccino always interfering in matches.
I mean, I don't think it's Chad Gable. They got two different contracts. They had online. It's two different people. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure they got two different bank accounts. So you know what I mean?
They got the same. Was it the same tattoo?
Yeah. That's because Grande, he's a fan of Chad Gable. You feel what I'm saying? So he just imitate him. Just imitate him. You know what I mean? They happen to not be in the same place at the same time. Just coincidentally. That one time they were when he got arrested. So anybody bring that up? So yeah. Matt, what's happening, Matt? We appreciate you watching the show, brother. But yeah. Shout out to Chad Gable, El Grande Americano, and the whole situation they got going right there. It's fairly entertaining to me. It gives them something to continuously do because it seems like they're never gonna put him in the main event picture either. Chad Gable, at least. So mixing them up with the newcomer El Grande is it's entertaining. It's something to do. It's something to keep him around. I personally think, like I keep saying, he's a small Kurt Angle. He could probably do the exact same things Kurt Angle. He's just as good on the mic. He's just as good in the ring. He's just shorter. That's it. Yeah, there is no difference. So I'm glad they gave him a stable hell. They gave him two of them now. And in my opinion, it's just my opinion, they did more with Alpha Academy and Chad than they have with American Made and Chad. It's just my opinion. And it seems like when people get more hyped up about certain things and we get it, WWE tends to drop the ball on those things. American Made was something that we were looking forward to. Chad Gable with the brothers. I was looking forward to that at least. They teased it for like 6 months, and I was looking forward to it. Right. With what was it called? Y6. We looked forward to that. They kept putting out the signs and everything. They're very exciting. We haven't hardly seen them no more. They supposedly got moved to SmackDown, and they had like there's nobody on SmackDown for them to mess with. They had them lose to a group that got released. It made no sense at all. It's just they do it. They do it every time they get you excited about it. Karrion Kross, they're dropping the ball on him. And I'm gonna point this out as well. I recognize the fact that Dom got a very big pop at WrestleMania, and everybody loved it. And everybody was looking forward to Dom winning his second single championship. And kind of feuding with Finn Balor, they've even put that on ice. They're not even arguing no more in the backstage. Dominic, tonight they kind of teased it a little bit. We talked about that, but they're not really focusing on it. Dom has been it seems like they're using Finn to cool down Dom's fire or whatnot. I know it's a different setup from the match, but it all goes together of them not delivering on what we want. You know what I mean? The things that we want, that it kind of writes itself and they don't put their best effort in. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I could just need to let them cook, but history has shown that
everything ain't got to cook that long though. It ain't a thing. It's not a Thanksgiving feast. You can whip up some appetizers real quick. They just I don't know.
Now. Come on,
but
now.
even to add to that list with the New Day, that was one of the biggest heel turns.
Come on.
Recently, and I enjoy Kofi and Xavier, but I just don't. My interest has really dropped
I think that's what I think that's with everybody. And one of the reasons why I dropped because there are no Raw tag teams, first of all, and then y'all had them have a match at WrestleMania that nobody was looking forward to. They could have did that on Raw. I think having that at WrestleMania made it worse because now everybody was like, well, there's no build up to this match. And then when the tag team match happened on SmackDown, that blew everybody's socks away. They were like, "Wow, I can't believe this wasn't at WrestleMania." And the tag team match with Kofi then was. It's strictly because it's TKO, really. And no, and I'm not bashing TKO, but TKO is about sponsors and money. That's one of the reasons why Logan Paul has his prime everywhere, and that's one of the reasons. I mean, Cash App was on the side of the ring tonight. Nobody's ever seen that. And New Days are a sponsored team or sponsored tag team. They have sponsors behind them, other shows, other brands that they represent. So that's why they got the slot. But yeah, you're right. It was one of the most disappointing. It's one of the most disappointing things they've done so far. But it was so big. You know what I mean? Well, you know what? I'm gonna take this mic off so y'all can hear me. Yo, I saw Big E in Las Vegas at WrestleMania, right? But it was at Wale Mania, right? Ran into him. The guy looks great. He looks in tip-top physical shape. Just my opinion, right? It would have been nothing for him to just run into the ring, push somebody, and get out. That would have made that match 20 times better, right? And he wouldn't even have to come back soon. Come back a month or two later. You feel what I'm saying? Just that one moment would have made that match so much better. But the fact that they haven't used them, like you said, they're just doing whatever with them, another disappointment. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to keep on dragging on that, but you're right.
No, go off, because even Big E, like, I get he has his injury. We don't know if he's gonna come back or not, but he's been involved in the Raw. What is it? The podcast that they show late Monday night, early Tuesday morning. He's on commentary for that. I feel like you could involve him in some way, shape, or form without him being physically involved.
Managing. He could be out there. He could be a Paul Heyman. He don't got to get hit. You know what I mean? At all. Like, I damn near want to have him announce or something, like, or not announce, but commentary or something. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's just a disappointment. Hopefully they do get it right. I'm not sure if they will, but I'm just really praying that they get something going with these disappointments. And one of the things is with the Judgment Day and with El Grande Americano and American Made. It's disappointments everywhere. I don't believe in them, but like you said, they gotta stop letting stuff cook so long. Cause eventually you cook for so long, I found something else to eat. I ain't hungry anymore. I don't want it. You know what I mean? But interesting point. We'll get back to that. So one of the things that happened tonight, we can go ahead and talk about it. It was a little backstage segment with because I'm already on the Judgment Day thing. It was a little backstage segment with the Judgment Day tonight, and so officially Roxanne Perez has been signed to Raw, and supposedly Gigi has been signed to SmackDown. So congratulations to those women. That was something I already predicted. I knew they were getting called up. It was too many rumblings about it, and they was on every single week. So I was like, yeah, they definitely called up. They're not going to be back in NXT at all. So with that being said, that is official now, and Ben Balor was seen, you pointed this out too, 2 weeks ago. Ben Balor was seen talking to Roxanne Perez in the background of one of these shows. So now she is officially, or kind of officially affiliated with Judgment Day. Finn wants her in. Dom said they need to talk to Liv. And to be honest, they don't need to talk to Liv. If you want to be 100% completely honest. I mean, that's just being fair and being nice. But what weight does Liv hold? You weren't with me shooting in the gym. You wasn't here in the beginning. or even the middle. This is around the end of the fixture, and you talking about we got to ask Liv down. You the Intercontinental Champion. Damn it. If you want her in, she in. If you don't want her in, she not. Or y'all are taking a lot of orders from Finn. If Finn wants her in, she is. If Finn doesn't, she not. You feel what I'm saying? Like when they were first putting JD in, Priest didn't want her in. And who is it again? Mommy was skeptical of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think Dom was skeptical at first too, but he was just going along with it. But I mean, it took a while for him to get in. You feel what I'm saying? Liv has no say so. I don't get it. What the fuck? What's Dom talking about? Gotta ask Liv for what? The more people, the more dominant you are. The more members, the more dominant you are. You got all these men. You got Carlito just biting the apple and saying something funny every once in a while, then go out in the match and get hit. Right? And like, you need more people. Liv's going off in the movie right now. She probably won't be back for at least like another month. I'm not sure the exact timetable. I'll probably have that for y'all next week or even in the middle of this week. I might announce it on our page or something. But for now, we don't know when she's coming back. So what do you think about this new addition to the Judgment Day, Caleb?
Well, considering there's been so many, I guess, different iterations of the Judgment Day at this point, I see your POV of them not asking Liv about Roxanne joining, because I mean, at this point, either she's in or she's not. But at the same time, Liv is Dom's lady, so to keep from there being any issues between him and Liv, if he wants to keep that locked down, he might want to talk to her about it. But at this point, I mean, Ben says she's in, she's affiliated. I'm interested to see what her role will be in the group, because of course with Judgment Day, most of the members, I mean, I think Roxanne Perez is already a star in her own right, but
absolutely,
when superstars get involved in the Judgment Day, their star just gets bigger, like with Damian and Rhea and Dom. So I'm interested to see what role Roxanne will play, and also because of course it's going to lead to some type of feud, I think, between her and Liv whenever she does come back. I'm interested to see what angle that plays as well, because they're both heels. So I'm wondering who are they going to turn if they end up going against one another.
True. It's gonna be interesting. That dynamic is gonna be very interesting. We all know Dom's a sleazeball. He may mess around, start messing with Roxanne. I wouldn't put it above him at all.
I mean, you saw how he was looking when she gave him those chicken tendies.
On my mama, she gave him chicken tenders. That boy about said, I'm sold. You in. You know what I mean? You win. I guarantee he wanted to say it. But
yeah. And how you get him is how you lose him too. So
same way. Shoot, mommy probably took him out to dinner. I remember mommy took him out to dinner. She probably had chicken tenders that night. When they went to dinner that one time, police came and they were just literally just eating randomly at the restaurant. Dawn was like, "Mommy, I gotta go. They're here for me." And he left, and she had to pay the bill or whatnot. They probably had chicken tenders. I'm gonna go back and watch it and look at his plate to see that what he had. But yeah, how you get them, how you lose them. How you get them is how you lose them. Okay, we can move on to the next thing. So the next thing that I can remember at this point, we're gonna talk about this right quick too before we get into the next match. Matter of fact, we can talk about the match and then come back to this. So the next thing that we had was the women's qualifying match for the Money in the Bank. It involved Becky Lynch, Roxanne, and I always forget the last person's name. What's her name? She ain't been, huh?
Natalia,
yeah, I was about to say she ain't been here in a while. Natalia. So great match. I think all women outshined. did everything that they could to entertain and keep it fluid. At one point in the match, there was a point where I saw where it was very obvious that Becky had called a spot. I saw her mouth move. I heard her say, "Hey, go, Roxanne." So when she got knocked out the ring, well, she kind of stopped the momentum from getting hit from who's again, Natalia again, and she went outside, and it was like you said, it was a small little pause right there. I think Roxanne was already supposed to be flying in. She was supposed to be flying in as soon as Becky flew out, but I guess Roxanne had got a little lost at that one little point. And that comes with the territory. You're working with wrestlers you haven't been working with, and you're the new one on the block. So it happens, but it was just a very, very obvious point. And it's like the cameraman, they don't do a bad job. I don't want to bash them. When you see something like that, pan away from them. You know what I mean? You saw the small little pause and she was looking, pan away. You know what I mean? Look away. It's kind of like when they had Braun Breaker not really hitting CM Punk. They kept replaying that over and over all week or whatnot. Pan out. You see him doing this to his arm. Move the camera. You zooming in on it. Hey, you got going. You know what I mean? But like I said, great match. Live Valkyria came and got involved and attacked Becky at one point, and it actually got a good little pop. I'm glad to hear that. Because, like you said, I already said I'm not interested in it, and it's been very boring. But I'm glad she got a little pop. So I guess the feud with her and Becky may be sizzling up. It may be starting to work a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. We'll have to see about that. But she is the reason why Becky did not win, because it looked like Becky was going for that man at one point, and I think she had got it. And it was something else she was about to do before Lyra pulled her out. When that happened, they got to fighting. Pretty much Becky was out of match most of the match. She tried to get back in, got knocked right back out, and Lyra Valkyria took hold to her again. They pretty much fought to the back. As this is happening, Natty got hit with the pop rocks from Roxanne, and Roxanne got the 1, 2, 3, and she is now officially in this Money in the Bank match. I love how they are putting her in the forefront because she is that she's that great. And she's supposed to be a heel. The crowd was cheering for her all night. Whole match, the crowd was cheering for Roxanne, literally from the jump. So, yeah, I like it. I liked it a whole lot. What do you think about this match, Ms. Kale?
I really, I really did enjoy this match. When they first announced it, I didn't see Becky losing. I didn't see them necessarily derailing Roxanne's momentum either. So Becky losing because of Lyra's interference makes a lot of sense. And I'm glad that they are seemingly putting the rocket on Roxanne. Like I said, she's already a star. She's only going to be a bigger star on the main roster. So glad that she won, and I look forward to seeing her performance in the women's Money in the Bank match.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. She really did her thing, and she has been doing her thing. Shout out to Roxanne. Like I say it every week, but we met her at 2 years, not this past year, but the year before that in Philadelphia at that WrestleMania. So shout out to her. She's doing her thing. Next thing we're gonna talk about, we can talk about this little interview that happened, or this little interaction. Logan Paul looked like he was a little frustrated backstage. He said he's about to go. Like he was calling his ride to come pick him up, but he got interrupted by Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins pretty much just put a bug in his head and said, "Hey, I'm here to rough him up tonight. That was our plan, and he's not gonna be 100% when Saturday Night Main Event comes. Now, if you were to beat him, let you know it's gonna be partly because we roughed him up. So if you do that, I want my rematch, and we can run it back from WrestleMania, right?" As this happened, right after I believe EO had a smaller interview too. I forgot exactly what they said with EO, but that's not what I'm focused on right now. I'm focused on what Seth Rollins said about Logan, but I'm focused on what happened in the background as well. In the background, after all it was over with, I saw Grayson Waller talking to the New Day. I'm not sure what that was about. Notice it was just Grayson Waller. It wasn't any Austin Theory around. And that's the only spot the New Day had tonight. We didn't even see them no more. So, with that being said, and they're the World Tag Team Champions, keep that in mind. We've seen a lot of Montez and Angelo lately. They on talk shows. Like they was on It Is What It Is with Cam and Ace. They was on the 520 podcast with Jeff T and them. Shout out to those shows. Those great shows and podcasts. They've got a few interviews and whatnot. But it's like I haven't seen much of you know what I mean, our world tag team champion, the New Day. So are they warming up for something big with Grayson Waller with no Austin Theory? Because we know what needs to happen. Grayson needs to go ahead and turn on Austin to make that rivalry happen. Now, are they trying to throw him in with the New Day, or the New Day encouraging him to drop dead weight? You know what I mean? Because that's what they did. That could be something they put in his ear. What do you think about this interaction and then this thing with the New Day and Grayson Waller? Did it make sense to you?
As far as the Seth and Logan interaction, two questions I guess crossed my mind when the segment started. Number one, who do I dislike more, Logan or Seth? And you know what? I don't care for either of them, but my dislike for Seth is rooted in love. So, you know, I like Seth. I liked Seth, past tense. With Logan, it's just kind of, I mean, yeah, is what it is. The other question, because I've seen it rumored, if there is a third member to this Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, and Braun Breaker faction, I've heard that it could be Logan Paul. I feel like that would be, I don't know. I feel like it would benefit him, but I don't need it either.
No.
So hopefully if there is a third member, it's somebody else. I don't need it to be Logan Paul. Again, I feel like he would benefit from having the tutelage of Paul Heyman with him, but he's good by himself, I guess. So I guess, you know, we'll have to see. As far as the New Day and Grayson Waller, they could be encouraging him to drop quote unquote dead weight. I feel like Grayson Waller is the dead weight. Personally, I don't really care for him. I probably dislike him more than I dislike Seth and Logan Paul. But it would be interesting if they don't drop the ball on that little foreshadowing that they threw in, because we both know, everyone knows that it's time for Grayson Waller and Austin Theory to separate. How they go about doing it, you know, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I'm not going to get my hopes up, because I mean, we got our hopes up with the New Day when they disbanded and they dropped the ball there. So again, my hopes are not, my expectations aren't too high, but I'm interested to see what direction they go with it.
We'll see. Me personally, and this is my thing, they should let this. Please don't let it be Logan Paul. For the love of God, I don't want it to be. I just don't think it fits at all. Now, if it was just Paul Heyman going to Logan Paul, teaming with Logan Paul, I could see that. You know what I mean? Because Logan Paul does need a little bit of mic work. You know what I mean? Now, he's good with responding with crowds that hate him, but you could tell he stumbles a little bit. Sometimes I don't know exactly what to say. May forget what to say. Sometimes I think benefiting with Paul would be great. This whole group, though, he's gonna try to outshine them. He's gonna try it. You know what I mean? His label, his logo is in the damn ring, and they got his bottles on the side. He's gonna do everything he can to try to outshine them, and it won't be on purpose. It just be who he is. You know what I mean? It'd be a natural thing for him to try it. I don't want it to happen at all, not even a little bit, because it'll hurt him for trying it, and it would probably take away from what they need to get accomplished. Now, if there is going to be a third person, there's two people that came to mind. For me personally, Austin Theory or Carmelo Hayes. They're the only two that I really think would benefit, or they're in the spots to really, really benefit and take off from that. Don't let it be Logan Paul. Good God, I hate that you said that.
It's just rumored. No, I pray it's not confirmed. because I don't need it.
I didn't even know that was rumored.
But I saw it on the internet. So I mean, don't trust what you read on computers, but
right,
it's out there.
Oh, I thought about it. Grayson Waller is a candidate too. I'm not saying I want to be, but I kind of wouldn't be 100% surprised if they threw Grayson Waller in there with them. I think Austin Theory would be better though, because you need like a more athletic understudy. You got the powerhouse, which would be the Batista. Of course, Seth Rollins is the Triple H. Paul Heyman is the Ric Flair, and I think the Randy Orton type would be more like Austin or Carmelo Hayes. So we'll see. We'll just see. We'll see what happens with them. Oh, by the way, we did see another sign for New Day. It was something they had going with Chad Gable. I missed that segment, but I saw them together. Do you know what happened with that?
They were just I want to say the New Day. Well, Chad Gable wants American Made to get a shot at the tag titles, and so the New Day was agreeing that as long as it wasn't, anyone deserved a shot except for the War Raiders, which they ended up just doing a triple threat match for next week for the titles anyway. So essentially, the War Raiders and American Made have their title shot for next week.
Okay. What do you think about that?
Honestly, I don't have any interest in it. So I don't. As far as I'm concerned, I guess the New Day can retain, because I don't really have any interest in the War Raiders. No shade to them, they're a great team. It's just there's no proper booking of the tag team division right now. So if they gave the titles to another team, I just feel like you're treating it like the women's tag team titles, where you're just kind of hot potatoing it from team to team. So they really could just leave it on the New Day until they get some proper creative plans in place.
They gotta start. First of all, they gotta create 2 more teams, and the way you do that is pick people who aren't doing anything. If you're not gonna break up Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, put them in the tag title picture. They ain't gotta win it, but they gotta be in the picture. Sheamus ain't doing nothing. Give him a partner. You know what I mean? He's going to just wrestling anybody down there at this point. Give him a partner. Anybody. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's a heel. I don't care if it's a face. Get him in the tag division. He's not in the Intercontinental title picture like we wanted him to be. So why not put him in the tag scene?
What happened to? Because that makes me think. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate.
Don't know. I ain't seen them in 2 or 3 weeks since they got back, and they looked phenomenal when they came back. They looked phenomenal. I don't know. I don't know. I thought about
another team they dropped the ball on.
Another team, and like literally, it's right there. Put them in that tag team title picture. They're not doing nothing else. Like some stuff, bro. Some stuff it just write itself. I saw something online one time about them hiring for writers. I swear to God, I wish they just put it on Indeed so I could just apply right now. Cause damn, I'll write a Monday Night Raw, and they'll be like, "Hold on now, you're making sense." Oh, you never heard that, right? I'm sorry, writers, steady writers. I'm sorry, WWE. I'm not. If y'all want to hire me, I'm just playing. Y'all do a okay job at times, but seriously, it's some stuff just writes itself. They need more tag team people, teams that actually go for this title, and they're not doing anything with it. Like you said, the world is supposed to be the world tag team titles, but they're treating it like the speed title. That's what they're treating it like. I've seen speed title defended more.
And it wouldn't be so bad if the tag team division on SmackDown wasn't so good. Like the tag team division is practically carrying SmackDown, but then your tag team division on Raw is non-existent.
Them boys put Faction over there like they needed it. They did not need Faction over there on SmackDown. Raw needs them badly. It was already extremely good, and you put Faction over there. You doubled how good it was. I hope when Ray Phoenix and Penta get together, it gotta be on Raw. It gotta be on Raw.
Yeah, but
they don't get
hopefully the writing though is good too, because if you have a good team, but then you're not booking them properly, especially if it's Penta and Phoenix. You gotta use them correctly.
I think Penta and Phoenix should. This is my opinion. Judgment Day didn't need another girl. I mean, it's cool to have one, but they should kick out Roxanne and Carlito because they're not using them, or separate Dom from them, or whatever. Get a powerhouse guy. I don't care who it is. Somebody power. Every group needs a powerhouse guy, and they don't have one. That's really one of the reasons why we don't see them as a dominant team. They got no powerhouse. You got a little. Even you got Dom, who's a great wrestler, but he got powerful. JD small, Finn small. Carlito's a comedic. Raquel's your biggest person in the group. And we don't, that week, I think she's okay. I think she's pretty good. But a lot of people don't see her as a great wrestler. So it's like, what are they doing? You know what I mean? I don't know who to put in that slot, but it need to be somebody. Hell, Sheamus could turn heel and join them. I don't know. Something. They need a dominant person over there. But if they do that, they could be in like a feud with New Day. Ray and Phoenix, and like they could be like a continue Ray and I'm sorry, not Ray and Phoenix. His name is Ray and Penta, the Luchador brothers. They can be in like a permanent type of thing with them, and New Day and War Raiders. That could be their four right there. They keep going for the titles. You know what I mean? And American Made. That's five right there, going for the titles all the time. You know what I mean? Keep going between them, and it'd be a little more exciting. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just starting to lose hope on that tag title stuff with them. But hey, we're gonna let them cook, I guess. You know what I mean? Even if it's overcooked. But hey, the next thing that we had on the agenda tonight, we had Sheamus versus Grayson Waller. And for those who don't know, last week, or was it 2 weeks ago? 1 or 2. Austin Theory took Grayson Waller's spot in the match for a surprise opponent, and ended up being Sheamus, and Austin Theory was pissed off about it, right? Because Sheamus hit hard. So, with that being said, he got his little taste of Sheamus tonight. It was a good match, too. Wasn't a bad match. I think Grayson Waller is a good wrestler. He just, he's not as good as Austin Theory. So, with him not being as good or athletic as Austin Theory, it kind of shows when they're wrestling. It's like, whoa, Austin can do a lot more stuff than Grayson. And like I said, Grayson ain't no slouch. Grayson ain't no slouch at all. He's straight in the ring. He's actually better on the mic than Austin is. But as far as the in-ring stuff, it's Austin. And it's not close, in my opinion. Athletically wise, it's not close at all. He's way more exciting to watch. But it was a good match. Of course, Sheamus did everything he can. Made Grayson Waller look really good at points. He kept doing the thing where he'll power up or whatnot after getting hit a fair amount of time. I saw one of them chops hit Sheamus on the neck. I don't know if he was happy about that or not, or was that planned. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. Boss Man got chopped on the neck before by somebody who don't know what they're doing. So I'm pretty sure that was not a planned spot, and he probably really was pissed. So when he gave his receipts, he probably gave him hard. It looked like he was hitting him hard. So like I said, decent match. Sheamus did come out the winner. I'm glad to see that. The more wins Sheamus got, the better. I just don't know what they're gonna do with him. They feel just having matches against Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, and that's not what somebody of Sheamus' stature should be. They should either throw him back in the Intercontinental title picture or tag team, or even he could even be in the world title picture. I don't want him to win it, but he could be in it. You know what I mean? Make it be a threat. But yeah. Match pretty decent. Sheamus won. What do you think, Michelle?
I enjoyed the match. Again, despite my dislike for Grayson Waller, it's more so just a character dislike. He's just really good at being a heel. But I enjoy his performance. That rolling flatliner that he does looks really good. I enjoy Austin Theory getting his crowd pop. They were chanting for him. Mm-hmm. Clearly, everyone wants to see him and Grayson Waller be broken up again. Maybe at some point, once they finish cooking or overcooking, we can get them separated. I will say though, the match felt filler. Like I get the purpose was, Sheamus faced Austin last week, so this is Austin kind of getting his lick back, but not directly. But it just felt like a filler way to move the storyline along. And also to your point, I would like to see Sheamus used in a better light, especially considering the legend that he is. I don't know what plans they have in place for him, if any, but it would be nice just to see him, even if they did put him back in the Intercontinental title picture. I don't think I would mind that, as long as they found a fresh way to like incorporate him. But overall, the match itself I did enjoy, and again, hopefully at some point before the year is out, we will get that Austin Theory and Grayson Waller breakup.
Yes, man. Yes, man. I 100% completely agree with you. Hopefully, it does happen, and we will see what happens from there. It's unpredictable that what Daddy is gonna do, but hopefully, it's something good. Hopefully, it is something good, and we enjoy it. We know Austin is a face. He's gonna be a face, and he won the guy who they dropped the ball on too. By the way, he pinned 9 world champions. He had that United States title for a while. He kept winning when he carried it. Him, Seth Rollins, and Bobby Lashley, they made that title feel like a world title, because that was the main title that SmackDown had. Not SmackDown, Raw had at the moment. Because at that time Roman was on his reign of terror, and he had both titles over there on SmackDown. And that when he was barely showing up. That was the time that it was kind of annoying that Roman was barely showing up. But he had both titles, so there was no other titles to go for other than United States Intercontinental or a tag title. So they made it. They literally had like 4 or 5-star matches when they went for them titles. After when Austin won that United States title, it was against Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley in a triple threat match, and he pinned Seth right after a spear from Bobby. Bobby rolled over after the spear. Austin rolled straight into the pin, 1, 2, 3, and that's how he got the title. And he held it for like 6, 7 months until he lost it to Rey Mysterio. But while he had it, it felt like a main title. So he even cashed in for it. He won the Money in the Bank, cashed in for it. Now he lost when he cashed in for the United States title, but he cashed in for it. Austin, they had done whatever they asked him to do, and he shined in it, in my opinion. And for them to kill them like they have so far, it just makes no sense. That's what they're building back up, like you said. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and go to our next match. Now, I'm going to start doing something called Tap, a little Tap series on here. Tap is going to be thoughts and prayers. And you don't have to do it now, Miss Kayla. I thought about this like literally earlier today and wasn't able to get the boss about it, but it'd be a little segment. It could be a funny thing. It could be a serious thing. I'm going to give a serious thing right now. The match we got right now is Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark versus Kairi Sane for the Money in the Bank ladder match spot. Now, my thoughts prayers go out to Zoe Stark. She attempted that springboard dropkick that she did from one side of the ring to the other, and either her knee gave out when she jumped on the rope or it gave out when she landed. I think it gave out when she jumped on the rope because she didn't even get to Kairi Sane. She usually gets way further than that. She didn't get to her. And when she landed, you could tell it probably hurt her even more. So they had to escort her out the ring. We saw this live, y'all. They had to get her out the ring. They had the guy come in to help, the paramedic, whatever, EMT, the people from the back medical came and helped her. And they had to pause. They had to go to commercial and get her out the ring. Now, Kairi Sane and Rhea still delivered a pretty straight match to have to call something on the fly. They delivered a really, really good match between them two for this spot, and I really liked it. Rhea Ripley came out on top. They performed great. She countered 2 Kairi Sane moves with some feet. At one point in the match, I was like, "Stop going in the air, Kairi. She catching you with her foot or feet every fucking time. Keep your ass on the ground." Especially with that drop kick. The drop kick got to her the knees, and then she tried to do the elbow, and she put the feet up. So, but Kairi gave a great showing for her. It to be her. This is her first match since returning from injury, if I'm not mistaken. Her and Oscar came back last week, So shout out to them. Shout out to them. I'm glad to have them back. But she took this L tonight after a thunderous headbutt. Rhea gave her that thunderous move that she does. I just forgot it. I don't know why, but I just forgot it. But anyways, Riptide. There you go. She gave her that thunder Riptide that she does and got the 1, 2, 3. So Rhea Ripley, um, Alexa Bliss, and Roxanne have qualified so far for the Money in the Bank women's match. Now, all three of these, I wouldn't mind them three of them one. That's a good lineup right there. So ain't no telling who else is gonna be in it. But this is that's a pretty straight lineup to be it. Like you said earlier, I thought Becky was gonna win too. I really thought Becky was gonna win, but I enjoy the fact that it's Roxanne instead. Keep her in this field with Lyra and help build her up a little more, I guess. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this match and the injury that happened to Zoe Stark?
It was a great match. I hate that Zoe got injured because I personally wanted to see her win, especially considering that the rest of PFC had been released. She's the only one that's still left. I thought maybe, just maybe, they could repackage her and this could be her chance to get another great showing in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Like she usually has great showings, but again, my thoughts and prayers are with her. I hope she has a fast and speedy recovery. Considering that Rhea and Kyrie had to carry the rest of the match without her being in it, again, it was a great match. Unpopular opinion, probably, because I do like Rhea, but I don't think she needed this win personally.
No.
She's already a main event star. It's not difficult, wouldn't be difficult for her to get a title shot. So I don't think she necessarily needs to be in the match. It's gonna be a great match, with her in it, of course, but she's not my pick to win this women's Money in the Bank. It was, again, a great match between the two of them, and it was also good to see Kairi Singh back because yes, she did return from injury as well. Hopefully they have some plans for her, especially considering that they released Dakota Kai. So yeah, I guess it'll be interesting to see what they do with both of them and how this women's Money in the Bank match goes, especially who wins. Again, Rhea's not my pick, but I did enjoy the match between the two of them.
Yes, now. Yeah, it was very unfortunate for Zoe. I personally think Zoe might have been the one that was gonna win. Because like you said, Rhea don't need it. And Kyrie saying she just got back. She hasn't really built anything of her in any singles way at all. Because even before she got hurt, she was doing a lot of tag team stuff. So we'll see. We'll see who they have for. We don't know what the original plan was gonna be for this match. Like I said, Rhea didn't need it, but hey, she's a fan favorite. She'll be exciting in the match. It won't be no bad match with her. But I hope she don't. I don't want her to win either. I wouldn't be mad if she won,
Right.
but she don't need it. Just like if Seth Rollins getting the Money in the Bank match, he wouldn't need it. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's certain people that don't need it at all. So shout out to them. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, Zoe Stark come back and is better than ever with her injury. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with it, but it looked pretty nasty. She was really hurt, holding that knee like in pain, serious pain. So shout out to her, man. Shout out to her. Hopefully she gets good soon. All right. Next thing we got, we had we talked about the gentleman already. We had the main event pretty much. Oh, hold on. They did something else with New Day too. I missed that segment too. Whatever they did next with New Day, because I saw them on the screen. But it was a couple things I was doing on my off tonight. Did you know what happened right there with New Day again?
Just their backstage segment with Chad Gable.
They did something. They did something else right before the main event. I just missed it though.
Okay, I may have missed it too then if they did another segment. The only thing I remember is seeing them backstage with Chad and Adam Pearce.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, it was short. Whatever it was, probably wasn't nothing. The probably was agitating the crowd or whatnot. So next thing we had, like I said, we had the main event. Main event tonight. Braun Breaker versus the World Heavyweight Champion Jay Uso. Two letters. I mean, four letters. One word. Yeah. You know what I mean? I like that saying. I like how you put that Glorilla in there. You know what I'm saying? Kind of make it a little harder. But it was a good match. It was a real good match between Jay and Braun Breaker. We all know Jay's not gonna do a whole lot of moves, but he's exciting to watch. He keeps you suspense. He's a great face. He does everything he can. He's gonna keep you involved emotionally. Of course, Braun Breaker gonna do his thing for sure. Braun Breaker gonna put it on you. I would hate to get hit with one of them spears. I'd probably be pissed off and talk to him in backstage. Like, hey man, what's up, bro? What's up? Yeah, like you knew it was gonna hurt and you just laid it in extra. I know if I was Sammy, I would have talked to him after he got hit before. I'd have been like, hey, that we talked about 3. What's up with the 4th? You know what I mean? So shout out to him. It was a great match, man. Braun Breaker is gonna be a star whenever he does get off this leash. I think that's what this kind of like represents. It's kind of like being on a leash right now. You know, he's a dog or whatnot. Always got a dog barking. He's on a leash right now with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. When he gets off this leash, it's gonna be something serious. He's gonna wreck everybody. He's definitely a future world champion, and he may have some long runs whenever he does get the title because he is a freak of nature. He looked good with Jay. It didn't look like he needed any guidance or anything. I'm pretty sure Jay called most of the match, but I know for a fact Braun Breaker held his own. He didn't. He just looked so crisp and so fast in the ring. That when he run across them ropes and he did that clothesline, shoulder bump, whatever, it looked like he took Jay head off or whatnot. He's just very impressive, man. And shout out to him. Like I said, Jay did his thing. It looked like at one point Jay would give him momentum to win, but of course Paul Heyman had to get involved, which distracted Jay. And then of course all we know coming eventually Seth Rollins got involved, interrupted the match. Interrupted the match, attacked Jay from behind, caused disqualification. And then Jay was getting attacked by Seth and Braun, and of course you hear Sammy's music come down. And he comes down to the ring, kind of stares for a second. You hear the chants of the crowd, and all of a sudden CM Punk's music hits. And of course we got a brawl with CM Punk, Sammy, and Braun Breaker and Seth, and they pretty much fought to the end. And to the end of the show, all out in the crowd and everything. That's how they ended Raw. Not bad at all. We didn't get no official winner unless you count disqualification as a win. So technically, Jay won the match, but in this way, now one of them really looked weak. Now one of them had to, take a pinfall or submission. Pretty nice, pretty decent. It was worthy of a main event match. This is just tying deeper into the story of this new trio that we have with Paul, Braun, and Seth. I think it's gonna go far. Paul may end up betraying Seth for Braun to break off with Braun. Whatever happens, I'm here for it. They got my attention for sure. Whether they add another member or not, they should. I think, like I said, I want to be Austin or Carmelo, but hey, it is what it is. Jay held his own though. Jay held his own. What do you think about this match, Miss Kayla?
I enjoyed the back and forth, especially the back and forth action, even the smack talk between the two. I think Braun was calling Jay a bum at one point, and I think calling the man that beat you for the IC title a bum is crazy work. But
right,
go off. As far as like Braun, again, he has a star written all over him. They still have to build this Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman faction that he's in. But I think whenever they do get to the point of Braun breaking off on his own, I think him being quote unquote off the leash will kind of be a good synonym for what that moment ends up being. Again, I enjoyed the match. It's not often that I pop, I guess, when I'm watching a show. I typically would just I'm just watching it, not really reacting much. But of course, when Punk came out, it was great to see him, especially because we're not getting to see Roman. Roman's posted up, enjoying himself. But Phil is always here.
Yeah, in Cancun with the Boston Celtics and Denver and the Lakers. They all out there chilling.
But hey, it must be nice. But I enjoyed the match right until Seth's obnoxious behind decided to attack Jay, and then I was enjoying that back and forth until Logan came out at the end and decided he was going to sucker punch Jay again.
Yeah.
Again, nice way, I guess, to finish the show, because it still furthers the excitement, if you have any, for the Saturday night's main event. But overall, good match. I know at some point we're gonna get, I don't know if we'll necessarily get Jay versus Seth again. It's a possibility. But I feel like whenever Seth does win the world title, I don't see him taking it off of Jay. But I think it would probably be a good move for him to take it off of Jay, especially if they wanted to increase Seth's heat. Because even though he's the quote unquote heel in this situation, most of the crowd is still cheering for him. I'm not. I won't be. But
I won't
be. But the crowd is. So if they want to intensify his heat at all, then Seth versus Jay for the title might be the move.
Yeah, and this is why I kind of think, like I said, I have my picks of who I want to win Money in the Bank, but Seth is probably my logical pick of who's going to win the Money in the Bank, simply because of that. And that way he can beat Jay without making Jay look weak or whatnot. He can be after one of his hellacious matches or whatnot, or he can be after an attack. You know what I mean? At one of these pay-per-views or something. So it's a good way to get it off him and have Jay go back to chasing the title again. And now we can say he's a world champion or whatnot. We know Jay's not going to have the title for a super long time. What are you going to do? Beat Roman's record? No. What are you going to do? Have it as long as Cody did? Hell no. So with that being said, his day is down the number right now. You know what I'm saying? But the Money in the Bank thing, it would just make sense. Like I said, he still looks strong. People won't be super upset. But it can start Seth's reign of terror. Now, Seth can have it for like 2 years. I could definitely see that happening. And then as soon as he get it off of him, then that's when Braun Breaker and whoever they have with him are unleashed, kind of like what they did with Evolution. But it is what it is. We'll see. I know you don't want to see that, Caleb, but if they're gonna build his character as strong as they're trying to make him look, he got to have a long world title run. He can't just have it and lose it. It got to be for a long time. It's definitely gonna be longer than his first run, 100%.
But do you see Braun potentially if he ends up being in one of the qualifying matches? Couldn't he be a contender for the Money in the Bank?
Better not. If they want to keep this faction together, he can't be. Because if he let's say this, Seth is gonna act like he's happy, but he's gonna secretly not be happy, and then that's the jealousy gonna automatically start in the group, and the group just started. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, kind of like the whole Judgment Day situation right now.
Exactly. But the only thing about this one, this is the world title. You know what I'm saying? Seth is gonna he'll break that group up immediately as soon as Braun were to get that title. He'll come out there and like congratulate him and attack him. That group gonna be done with right then. So let's not do that, WWE. This may be something that you actually should let cook. Seriously. I be playing around, but this one you gotta let this marinate. You know what I mean? Still in your spirit a little bit. Don't just do that. So yeah. Decent show. Decent show, decent show. Like I said, it wasn't just a 5-star show. I gave it 3. Kayla gave it 3.5. I was fairly entertained from start to end, especially the smaller thing was on the back. I am very interested in what new they had to say to Grace of Water. 'Cause like I said, I'm waiting on this breakup for shit. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Do you have anything else to say about tonight's show, Miss Kayla?
No, it was a good show for what it was. Again, like you, I'm interested to see what they do with Grayson Waller because it could be great. It has the potential to be great as far as him and Austin finally breaking up. I don't want to get my expectations too high because it is WWE and they tend to drop the ball when when they shouldn't be dropping it. But again, it'll be interesting to see, and I'm also interested to see who is going to be in this Money in the Bank match because right now, at least for the men, because right now we just have Solo, so I don't have my pick yet. Again, it makes I could see Solo, but I don't necessarily need it to be him either. I don't really have my picks yet, but I need to see who they're gonna have in qualifying matches. I think before I can make my pick.
Who was in that match with Solo again? It wasn't Damien or Drew, was it?
No, I think it was he went against Jimmy and was it Ray Phoenix?
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. So with that being said, I'm pretty sure Damien and Drew McIntyre are gonna be in this match somehow. Or one of them gonna be in, and either in the match or during the qualifying match, one is gonna screw the other somehow from getting in the match or winning the match. So one of them is gonna be in it, if not both of them. So we'll see. We'll just have to see. Now, with that being said, we appreciate everyone for coming out tonight. Just in case y'all didn't know, I cut my hair. I'm still getting used to it. It's only been like 2 days. Yeah. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. We should appreciate everyone for joining us tonight. This is the Monday Night Raw Wrestling and Chill review. Tomorrow is the NXT review. We got the AEW review on Wednesday. We got the TNA review on Thursdays and Friday. We got the good old Friday Night SmackDown review. Anything that happens on weekend, we will cover it. More likely, we'll cover in the Saturday night main event this weekend, and we will Sunday. I think we're off. I think we got nothing in. I got basketball game Sunday anyway. So yeah, we should appreciate everyone for joining us tonight. This is your boy FTW Rock. That is Miss Kayla. Miss Kayla, what else you got to say?
If you want to see any more of me and my content, I do have some Money in the Bank trivia content I'm dropping the next few weeks into the PLE. You can follow me at Kayla Kayfabe on Instagram, YouTube, and on TikTok.
All right, now please follow her. She has great content. With that being said, we are out. We out. Be easy. That's what the song say.